Welcome to another episode of the Movie Jungle podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Feet. Get 'em under ya. And then I'm going to put the intro song in now.
Meanwhile, back in the jungle.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
It's brought to you by Feet. Get 'em under you, Cameron.
Man,
Are your feet under you?
really brings me back.
Okay, good. Anyways, that's a spoiler for who our guest is today. With me today is a gentleman that is a new coworker of mine. He's a nominee for Best New Person of the Year 2019 that I've met.
I didn't even know that was a...
Yep.
I didn't even know I was in the running.
No, yeah, you're a nominee. Anyways, Cameron, anything you like to say about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, my name's Cameron. I work with Brian at Funko, and I'm on the Funko Funcast. And I'm excited to be here in the movie Jungle Safari of my dreams.
Exactly. Perfect. Welcome. All right, so right off the top, let's get into a little bit of news. Being a movie podcast, I'm getting my news straight from IMDb's app.
That's right.
I feel like that's a good... so far some of this isn't news. Like this one says, 50 stars you didn't know were in horror movies.
All right.
Cool.
I mean...
I'm doing a podcast, you guys. I need news.
So who's doing
My
lists
God.
like that, do you think, for IMDb, where they're just like, I don't know, like the most famous ape from Planet of the Apes? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
a good
what-
question.
Like, who's the content farm for IMDb?
I don't know. That's a good question. Here, top news.
Okay.
By the way, the picture for that article was Jack Black with dreads.
Okay.
Do you know what movie that's
well, now I
from?
want to click on it. I don't, actually.
I know.
I
I think it's Broken Lizard Club Dread, but I could absolutely be wrong about that.
You're probably right.
I just saw a tropical plant in dreadlocks and a Hawaiian shirt, so I jumped to a conclusion. I jumped all the way there.
You got there.
Yep.
Using your feet. Once again, endorsed by Feet.
Yeah.
Get them under you.
All right. How do we feel about the following? Watchmen series premieres on HBO. It was the most watched debut they've had since Westworld. Did you watch it?
I did not.
I did not either. Are you going to watch the series, you think?
Probably not. I never watched the movie or read the books, but I think it's cool that HBO is doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I
Trying
have
out
a
new series and
Big contingent of our audience here that loves Watchmen. Like,
Oh, really?
emails I get are just
Watchmen Hive.
give me a break, you guys. I mean,
It's like we get
yeah,
it.
like I've only been a podcast for one episode. This is the second episode.
More like listen, man.
Right. Wait.
Is that
Yeah.
so
I think we're gonna go
I'm
out
really
on that
sorry.
high note. I
I'm
think
really
it's
sorry.
a
All right,
short
it's been great.
podcast
Thanks,
today.
guys. Thanks for thanks for having me.
So, anyways, I don't have a lot to add to it other than like it looks pretty visually good.
Yeah.
Like stunning. I'm kind of falling into this place where I'm like, you're not just gonna trick me with superhero stuff anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be superhero stuff for me. And I'm not a slow drawn out drama type of guy. And that has those kind of vibes to me.
Yeah.
I may be 100% wrong.
But based on that one photo, you can draw some conclusions.
Absolutely.
No problem. Did you
Yeah.
watch Umbrella Academy?
I watched the first 3 episodes and then
Yeah.
just got distracted by life, and absolutely am going to finish it. I just don't know when.
It's kind of that, like what you were saying. Like it's a little drawn out at 1st.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very visually appealing.
Yeah, the character designs were so cool and interesting. I wasn't familiar with the source that it came from. Is it a graphic novel?
It is, and it's actually it was either Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance,
Okay.
I think, wrote it.
Oh wow.
And then teamed up with an artist to draw it, or drew it himself. But
Wow.
yeah, that's his baby.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Gerard Way.
Wow. Good job, Gerard. Yeah, I don't know. Watchmen. We'll see. Maybe if I hear a lot of great things about it or see some previews that catch my eye, I might give it a look. But I'm just not. My time is precious. There's too many wonderful things to watch. I'm never going to watch them all. So I'm pretty picky about what I consume these days.
You have to be.
Yeah.
There's like a million new shows all the time.
It's crazy. All right. Next piece of news. Bit of sad news.
No.
If you could get out a little violin for me.
All right. The
Did you bring
smallest
it?
violin.
I asked you to
All
bring a
right.
violin.
And it has been crushed
Oh, okay.
instantly by gravity.
He
I'm
brought the
sorry.
violin, but it was not able to withstand the Earth's gravitational pull.
That is my bad.
However, John Clark died Days of Our Lives actor, Lifetime Achievement Emmy recipient. He was 88 years old.
88.
That's good innings, as they say over the pond.
88 is like
Good job.
sure.
My word.
If you get to 88,
Oh.
you're doing just fine.
Yeah. Good
Nice
job,
work.
John.
Proud of
He
you, John.
probably be, I mean, if you're 88 and you just died in 2019, what did you do to your body when you were under 30?
Well,
The fact that, I mean, that's incredible.
yeah.
This guy probably ate cigarettes.
Like, he was stirring a whiskey with a
Statistically-
cigarette at one point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think good job, John Clark. And hopefully, none of that was insensitive. This following story says how Venom 2 could set up a Spider-Man event film.
Do you care about Venom?
I do.
You do.
I do. Did you see Venom?
I did not see Venom.
That's why you don't care about Venom.
No, I'm not. I'm only asking that because I think Venom is getting overlooked right now in the landscape of comic book movies and characters. Because Venom is like such a in my mind so heavily like 90s. Mm-hmm. It's like it's all about it kind of almost in that Spawn realm of like it's like
vein of just like this,
hyper muscular, like all like very
tenderly.
intense. Yeah, super tenderly.
It's the most tenderly I can think of.
But I love Tom Hardy. Like,
Tom Hardy's wonderful.
why
and
wouldn't I
he's
see that?
great in that movie. It's
I
a
bet.
good movie.
Yeah.
Like I watched it. Okay, I overdid it. I saw it 3 times in theaters. Okay. That's not a reflection on what I think of the movie.
I gotta get out of here.
That's a reflection on my incredible love of going to the cinema and my inability to tell people no when I get invited to go to movies. So I saw it once on purpose, and then I saw it a second time with my friend Bree, and we were like, we didn't need to do this again. It's really good. It's a really fun movie. The only thing it's really lacking is it's got a super stereotypical like CGI fest boss battle at the end of it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's wonderful throughout. And then I think a third time was just like a group of friends or something, and I was
just like, let's just go see it.
Okay, yeah.
Venom, like that seems like a good go with a group of friends movie.
Yeah, it was good though. So back to the story, how Venom 2 could set up a Spider-Man event film. Great. I'm not going to open the article and read the information inside of
and
it.
spoil it for yourself.
Oh, yeah, spoil the article.
Excuse
Are you
me.
kidding?
But do you think even if it's a Tom Holland
Yeah.
Spider-Man, like I feel like they would have great on-screen chemistry.
Oh,
like I think that'd be really
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah, and the character that he plays, and like I just think it would be like the best dynamic.
Yeah.
When the whole thing went down with Disney parting with Spider-Man and everything, I wasn't that bummed about it. I also didn't believe it. I was like, this is tactics. I'm not an idiot. He'll be back. And
Like how many of those
turns
deals,
out I'm not an idiot, and he's back.
and he is back. But like how many of those deals are on the verge of happening and we never hear about it?
Oh my
like,
goodness.
oh, we're gonna. I mean, I don't know, like
At least 4.
at least 4.
Probably way more. And so
At the very least 4, though.
I'm confident on that number.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that part of it, like I was never too bummed, but I let myself go down that rabbit hole of what Spider-Man do we get
Yeah.
if it's a non-Disney Spider-Man. And I wasn't even mad because for him to go play in the Venom universe, that sounds awesome to me.
Gritty.
And then they're making a Morbius movie.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I guess I don't want to get too hyped about that because that could just be weird. It's Jared Leto again, I believe.
Is it?
I think so.
Dude, all right. Jared Leto. Come on, man.
Give us a break.
Please.
Hollywood's not going to stop you. You're going to have to stop yourself.
I think if you are in Hollywood and you are in a comic book movie and you've been assigned a character, you do not get to do another comic book character in any other comic book movies. I think you get one, and that's who you are. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, regardless
Well-
of DC, Marvel, any of that, I think you get one.
But then we don't get Captain America because he was Johnny Storm.
But if you got to pick, like if you got to go like best
okay.
case scenario.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. Like yeah, that's true.
So, and I mean, there's some others I forget off the top of my head.
I mean,
but
there's like Cable and Thanos are both
yeah,
they're
both Cable and Thanos.
both Cable and Thanos.
Yep. Yeah, that's a Cable and Thanos. Yeah, so that is the same actor, and it feels like neither one of us can think of his name at the moment.
Which is a shame because he's great.
Josh Brolin,
You nailed it.
Jonah Hex. Also a comic book character.
Oh my god.
So he went for the 3-pack on us.
Wow.
The Trinity.
He triple dipped.
He did triple dip.
You can't triple dip.
Yeah. I watched Jonah Hex again like less than 6 months ago.
Okay.
It's a movie, I'll tell you that.
Definitely.
Oh, it's Cameron.
Okay.
It's a movie.
I am very skeptical.
Promise you.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
all right. I guess I can't argue that it's a feature-length film.
Oh, it is. Yep. So, anyways, what if I'm gonna switch it up a little bit here. Actually, no, we have to talk about one more thing first. Did you watch the latest Star Wars trailer?
I did.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
How do you feel? We're gonna talk Star Wars for a minute, and then I'm gonna switch it up.
Yeah. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. It's kind of the thing, like, I think for people who have been going to the movies for their whole life and find that one like universe of escape and the thing that they want to like live in so badly.
Yeah.
For some people it's Harry Potter, for some people it's, you know, all these different things. For me it's always been Star Wars. So I'm like it always makes me feel like a kid again, so excited. They're like, I can't wait. And like I saw a lot of people, there's that part where there's like this group of people storming this Star Destroyer, but they're all on these horses, and it's led by BB-8, and it's like people were like they're like keying in on that as like, okay, it's like, dude, you got 40 years into the Star Wars universe and went like, I don't believe horses. That's the thing. Like, come on, man. We saw so many weird, you know.
That is a good point. I thought so for a second. I thought we were just laughing at that scene a little bit, which is fair. But I feel like also that is hilarious to say, like, that's the thing you're gonna call out. Like,
is it ridiculous?
They're riding,
probably.
They've ridden a lot of animals in this franchise.
One of them, like the Tauntaun, is like a reptilian, beast that you know. It's like, all right, but you were like, makes sense. Like, so that's fine.
Here's a weird, guilty thought I've always had about Tauntauns.
Okay,
it's even weirder. And this is going to lead my thought a little bit now that I've been a vegetarian for a little while. Mm-hmm. I think their guts look delicious. Like the clear, like, I don't know what it was, but growing up, I would like when he cuts the Tauntaun open and like, even though they're acting in it, like apparently smells horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I bet you cut that up, sear it on a pan,
hit it with some salt and pepper,
a little garlic butter.
Yeah.
I bet you those Tauntaun guts would be delicious.
Got
and
yourself
I've
a stew
thought that
going.
my whole life, and I've always been like,
oh my gosh.
Why do you think that, Brian?
I wonder what would be the closest thing to it.
I don't know. Probably scallops.
For whatever reason, I think you're probably totally right.
Did I know that the first try?
I have no reason to think
watched my mom eat scallops at her birthday last night.
And you were
so
like,
I have a small
Tauntaun.
advantage. And I didn't actually think about it last night, but when I pictured the like white, somewhat see-through, like kind of that's what the scallop meat looked like when he was laying it down last night. So it looks the same.
Tauntauns are full of scallop meat.
Scallops.
All right. I can get behind that.
Scallop tons. Probably don't need to change the name of the animal. The trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
Though. Like it was exciting. The horses, I can't wait to find out why they're riding horse-like creatures on a spaceship. Like that's incredible. I don't know that it could possibly be the most practical, solution for the situation.
I mean, like an X-wing will do, but you know, horses are fine.
Right.
I think people are also imagining that this is a ship in space and there are horses running across it while it's floating in space. I don't know.
I think it's on a planet, I assume.
Gotta imagine it's
and
land.
it might not even be a ship. It could be, I didn't like pause it and stuff and go over it in great detail, but I remember it looking like it could be a huge carrier or just a space station on a planet. Like they could be like on their way to a ship, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? But the creatures looked really cool that they were riding.
They did.
And I have more faith in JJ than Rian Johnson at this point because he seems to understand what's fun about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it felt like Rian Johnson didn't really play into what's fun about Star Wars very much. He was a really creative guy and he took the story in interesting directions. Mm-hmm. Contentious, but definitely interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I think that they don't even seem to be hiding the Emperor anymore.
No, they're
just
I
like,
mean, they're just
look, we brought him
embracing it.
back, okay?
Yeah.
We know you guys think it's lazy and we're stupid, but yes, we brought the Emperor back.
Yeah.
Just wait and see how we did it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I feel like there's gonna be some
He's on a Roomba.
huge surprises in this one where it's like we're gonna see some stuff from every like facet of the Star Wars realms. There's gonna be things from the animated series, maybe.
I hope
like,
so.
There's gonna be. I feel like Hayden
Some
Christensen
Rebels
is gonna be
characters.
showing up there for maybe a scene, but yeah. I mean, it just opens up so many possibilities to do cool stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see. As long as they steer clear of time travel, I think we'll be
Or
all right.
like-
which they did do in Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, really?
So time travel's canon in Star Wars right now. So which scares a lot of people because time travel is a
very lazy plot device. Yeah.
It's I honestly don't like time travel in movies for the most part. Back to the Future is the clear exception.
What is this, Brian?
Oh, are
You're
you
Back to the
talking about
Future-
my original cloth Back to the Future poster hanging on the wall?
Yes, but you had already said that Back to the Future was the only exception by the time I was done pointing. So
Yep, that's what happened.
I think that cleared that up.
Yeah,
Jumped the gun there a little bit.
Anyways, yeah, I can't wait. I'm a pushover on this kind of stuff. I just get excited and I'm all in. You don't gotta convince me.
No.
I don't even need more trailers. I don't think I needed one to begin with.
I didn't even need that one.
Yeah.
It could have literally just been John Boyega being like, December. And I'd be like, yep, okay, I'd see
You
that.
betcha. I'll be there, buddy.
No problem, man.
Attack the Block 2. Let's go.
I loved Attack the Block.
Is it good? I want to see that one really bad.
It's fun. It's
I like British movies.
Oh, you'll like
and
it.
I like John Boyega.
Yeah. Well, then.
So
do you happen to like Alien movies as well?
Oh, I do.
I feel like this is right up your alley.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited.
I think you might.
I don't think I've tried to find a copy of that in a while. I need to double check my streaming services.
It's a good one. From what I remember, it's pretty quick too. It's like an hour and a half maybe.
Nice.
But yeah, he's great in it.
Maybe I'll see if anyone in the office has a Laserdisc copy. Can borrow.
Come on, you know who has one.
Okay.
There's only one.
Okay. I'll ask Sully if he has a Laserdisc copy.
He has everything on Laserdisc. He's just making Laserdiscs in his basement.
Laserdisc makes me think of one movie and one movie only. Career Opportunities.
I've never seen that movie.
It's a wonderful movie about a young couple getting stuck in a Target overnight and shenanigans with criminals happen.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
And I remember watching it on Laserdisc growing up. We had to flip. You got to flip the disc in the middle like a record.
You have to flip the Laserdisc.
Yeah.
But aren't they? How
You're not going to flip the laser.
Okay.
You got to flip the disc, Cameron.
You're right. That's my fault. How big are Laserdiscs?
Record size.
Yeah, like 12 inches. Yeah, okay.
Same as a
gotcha.
record. LP.
Wow.
What does LP stand for?
Like long player, I thought.
Laminate press?
Little
people.
I think that
ain't it.
That is not.
That ain't it. That's not it. But I'm gonna leave this topic, I promise. But have you heard Randy Newman's song "Short People"?
Yes, I have.
It's so wonderful. If you haven't heard Randy Newman's song "Short People," especially if you have short people in your life, if you are short, calm down about it.
Guess what?
Just take it easy. It's a satirical song.
This one is for you.
If you're not short and you have short people in your life and you want to pick on them, go ahead and play Randy Newman's "Short People." It's wonderful.
Like to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might just tack it on to the end of the podcast. I think that's probably a good route to
That's
go.
a great outro.
I mean, yeah. So stick around. I may just add that. To the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make a note.
Add Randy Newman's
Yeah.
Short People.
Add short people.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
That's a great note.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never watched a movie on a Laserdisc before.
Yeah, my dad had a Laserdisc player. He's been like an audio video guy forever. So he's gone through all the steps that the industry has gone through. He was right there in lockstep. And so I've experienced all the different mediums and he always adapted technology really early. So he had like the $700 Blu-ray players and the ridiculous first efforts at everything.
Does he trust it still? Like when it shifts to a new format, is he like
he's gotten
in?
wise to it a little bit,
Yeah.
because now everything's streams digitally and stuff, and he's more aware of the content. And so like me, I'm really into like video quality and stuff too, but I don't have a 4K TV because it's just we're not there yet. Like until until sports are broadcast in 4K, low
Yeah.
priority. Like I'd rather get a 1080p OLED with great black levels.
It won't help you one way or the other. It's going to be the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he's gotten smart though. He knows like I'm not. He's just like I'm gonna wait till there's content available for this stuff. I'm not just gonna. Yeah.
You can only buy the same movies over and over again so many times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's movie news. Strictly movie news.
Yeah.
Now you know. So don't look it up. Don't
just trust us blindly.
Don't look it up on your own if you haven't already. Do not look up movie news.
I repeat.
For like October 22nd. This podcast is definitely going up a lot later than October 22nd. So actually, you know what? I'm sorry for repeating the obvious. Do look up movie news so you know what's happening now. Don't live in the past.
Come on.
Move on.
Yeah.
Glad we cleared that up.
Thank God.
All right, so now we're going to move on to a less time-sensitive topic that everyone can enjoy. We're gonna do a little list.
Let's list it.
People love lists.
They did so much.
Oh my God. What's the stupidest list you think you've clicked on YouTube?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big
stupidest lists on YouTube. Top 10 stupidest YouTube lists.
Wow.
I'd probably watch that.
Top 10 stupidest. I would watch that.
That's a great idea.
What would it even be?
It'd probably be a list. It would have to put itself on the list.
Is as number one.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry.
My soul just leaves my body.
Send it to another plane. I broke our guest today, everyone. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's amazing.
I did put together. So I chose a list today for us. This is gonna be a regular thing because lists are fun.
They are,
and people understand them.
And nobody can ever get mad about a list.
Oh, no one would.
Yeah.
Movie and pop culture fans tend to be the most understanding and low-key about stuff.
They understand that a lot of it comes down to
this
your
is
own
just
taste.
your take on The Last Jedi. It's your Star Wars. I understand. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, we all know
we can be adults.
Luke would drink that milk directly out of that beast.
Yeah.
What was that thing called?
I don't know.
Roger?
I think its name was Roger.
Might have been.
And
Probably
she was lovely.
She was. Okay, we're going to talk about this. So I'm actually taking a topic that we talked about at work today. Mm-hmm. Cameron's not aware of this yet, but we're going to make a list of our top 5 movie birds.
Movie birds?
Movie birds.
Whew.
So we talked about birds a little bit at the office today because, somebody had to. It's important. It's business stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Nobody's talking about birds enough.
Right. So we are gonna.
It's on our shoulders.
It's us
now. Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna talk about our top 5 movie birds. I'm gonna just start with one right at the top.
Okay.
And look, okay, I'm gonna be a little more transparent off the top.
Thank you.
Finally. So as Cameron stated, we work for Funko. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of Funko figures on my desk at work, and a good portion of them, I would argue an average portion, it's up for debate. There's a lot of birds on my desk, okay, people?
It's bird heavy.
I get a hard time from some of my coworkers for having a bird collection, mm-hmm. Kyle. It's a normal amount of birds, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. Wow, Kyle, you bought him one.
He did. I would have 11 birds, but Kyle bought me another bird. In his defense, it's a great bird, and I love it.
It's a top 3 bird.
Yeah, it's a good bird.
I mean, we'll rank them.
We'll go through it. We'll come up with a definitive ranking you can live the rest of your life by the end of this.
And we'll never, ever change no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, so that's how this got brought up. We were counting birds in the office, how many birds people had at their desks. And it turns out I do have a pretty strong lead for number of birds. I have 12 birds.
I think the next highest number was like 5.
I think it was you
at 4.
4.75 or something.
It was a decimal.
4.5. It was.
If you're wondering about the decimal, I think you should explain what constitutes as a bird.
So yeah, like I have a hippogriff, right? That's half a bird.
Absolutely.
That's a simple decimal. That
That
barely needed an explanation.
It's simple math.
But now I also have, being a Harry Potter fan, I've got a thestral.
Yeah.
I first didn't count that as a bird, but then a coworker today pointed out that it's beaked.
Beaked.
It is a beaked creature. That's a quarter bird. I can't argue.
That's a solid quarter bird.
That's at least. I'm not going smaller than a quarter on the decimals.
No,
so that's just
that would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that guy.
The ultimate Sullyism. I don't mean to be that guy. Don't be that guy.
So, yeah. So that's how you get a quarter bird. I've got an Ewok who's wearing a bird skull on his head as
quarter
like
bird.
a decor. That's quarter bird. So, anyways, dinosaurs sometimes can count as half a bird.
Mm-hmm. It's a case by case.
It's case by case. So
yeah.
without my dinosaurs, which there are, I believe, 4 of, I have 12 birds. So I have 12 to 14 birds on my desk.
So I'm sitting there with my 12 to 14
right.
birds.
If you're not clear on why we're talking about birds at this point, shoot me a letter.
Yeah.
Come knock on my door. Is there a faster way for people to?
I think it's those 2. That's it.
That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay.
I wish there was a faster way.
I wish if there was if you know of a faster way to get a hold of the podcast or me or just to get here physically.
Just
I don't even
by
know
Brian's
how to say
desk
this.
at work.
Yeah,
you're good.
If you're wondering about why we're talking about birds still, just ask. It's not hard, people. Anyways, top 5 movie birds. We're gonna start with possibly my all-time favorite. I don't know. We'll rank him at the end. Mm-hmm. Zazu.
How can you not have Zazu on the list? Incredible.
If you don't like Zazu, then I would say if you don't like Zazu, then you're entitled to your opinion, and we have a difference of opinion, and I respect you for thinking what you want. Mm-hmm. You're wrong, though.
Yeah, it's hard to be right and say that you don't like him.
Yeah.
That's just
and I'm saying either cartoon or live action. They're both wonderful.
Whoa. Yeah, they are both pretty
Cartoon's
good.
the champ.
Yeah.
He's who we're talking about, to be clear.
Yeah.
But as a caveat, John Oliver's Zazu was great.
Yeah. I mean,
no complaints here from me. As a big Zazu guy.
As a member of Zazu Hive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic bird to keep in mind.
Yeah. He keeps the tribe safe. He keeps
them
apprised.
He's trying his hardest.
Oh, what is he to the tribe? He's everything. He's the news.
He's the heart and soul.
He's the alarm clock, I believe, for some of them. He's the babysitter.
He gets hunted at a certain, it's like
he's the PR guy.
Yeah.
He's everything.
He's a jack of all trades. And where would we be without him,
Not talking about the best birds,
best birds.
He started my bird collection.
That was number 1. That was
he
ground
was the
zero.
First bird I got.
Yeah.
When I started at Funko a long, long time ago.
It's beautiful.
I remember it was exactly how long ago it was.
Like several months back.
Yep.
I would, just kind of looking at your desk earlier today, it struck me how important Hedwig is as a character.
Yeah, that's a good movie bird.
That's a solid movie bird.
That's definitely probably a top 5 movie bird.
That's a
literally died.
Sacrifices for and that Harry Potter song. I'm sorry for the spoiler alert.
Pets and dogs and cats and fish ever died for you?
Show me a fish that's ever died for you.
I doubt it. And if they have, my God, what an angel, what an animal!
Fish.
And I'm sorry to bring it up.
Oh my God, this was horrible. Be combative about it. But also, like the Harry Potter song that you think of every time you think of that magical world is Hedwig's theme.
Exactly.
That's the actual
Gosh, this is why I brought Cameron on the podcast, because he knows the truth.
God, I mean, you wake up every morning, get out of bed, turn on Hedwig's theme.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. You put your hand over your heart. And you just stare out into the middle distance and think about what it was like in the 90s when all that stuff was going on. With,
owls.
And Voldemort. I said it. I said it.
Cool. He's dead.
Yeah.
You're good.
Whew.
You know why he's dead?
Hedwig. Sweet angel.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can't say enough about Hedwig. He was just... he took a poor, down on his luck wizard boy.
Just a horrible.
And turned him into a hero. What they don't show you is all the coaching that
the
went on
montages
screen.
of Hedwig, like making him do push-ups and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, at the risk of sounding like a total muggle, is Hedwig a male or female bird?
I think it's... that's a great question, because I know I imagine Harry would have said he or she at some point. I believe Hedwig is a male bird. Well, we know factually he's a male bird because he's an owl and owls carry mail. So I'm confident he's a male bird.
Okay. I'm going to stop looking now because I think you just cracked the code.
So
they're all male birds.
They're all male birds in the series. Yeah, I think that's the answer.
Okay. All right. I'll take a step back.
Yeah. So anyways, Hedwig, you're in, buddy.
It's a solid bird.
You're in. You and Zazu?
Unstoppable.
My gosh. All right. Another great bird.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about someone that could be a fringe candidate.
Okay.
As we're going through this, I'm kind of like trying to find answers in my head. I don't know how many great movie birds I can
I think we might have named all of them in just two.
Right. But here's...
Yeah.
Kyle bought me Iago.
Yes.
Iago's a movie bird.
Yeah.
He's a great pop. I love him again.
Yes. Great movie bird.
But he's also a movie bird. He's pretty good. He's wonderful in the cartoons. If you haven't seen the live action, small spoiler, don't expect so much from Iago in the live action translation.
If you go in expecting the world, you're going to be let down.
You're just going to get a subpar bird. That's what you're going to get.
I would love to see somebody's review of Aladdin, the live action movie. It's just like, it was pretty great, except for Iago.
That was a lot of people's reviews.
Really, bro. That was a sticking point for people?
A little bit, because it was honestly really solid.
Oh,
did you see it?
No, I didn't. I
really
haven't
good.
seen a lot of the live action Disney remakes. Not because I don't want to, I just haven't.
Yeah, I would say of the live action ones, if I had to put one on the top of your list, it would be Aladdin for sure.
Okay,
yeah, really solid.
Because I saw The Lion King.
Yeah,
and,
I can't wait for you to watch it now, because you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna be looking.
It was
for
pretty
Iago
solid,
now.
except Iago was not as good. They just didn't give him enough to do. It's not a knock on the voice performer or anything like that. They just cut back too much on him. They just didn't. They just chickened out a little bit. No pun intended.
Hey, bird list.
Hey.
Hey.
That was a chicken noise.
Would the
but cartoon Iago's amazing.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about
hilarious.
that. There's just some like
He's
god tier.
the perfect little asshole to be friends with Jafar. Like
He really is. It's like exactly who he needs to compliment him.
Yeah.
As a character.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Disney movies and specifically Disney sidekicks, villain sidekicks in particular, are just like this perfect kind of character development and presence that's just like they're funny, they're also horrible. I love it.
You know, so one thing that's funny, that it's a little off topic here, but I had a Disney villain thought recently, because there's a lot of love for Disney villains.
Yeah.
And I think it's justified. I think Disney villains are really cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like creative or misunderstood or just whatever. There's value there.
Yeah.
But the one that I don't see a lot of love for, and I say rightfully so, is Cruella de Vil.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's unforgivable.
Look at those puppies.
Screw that lady.
There's 101 puppies and she wants to kill them all.
She wants to kill puppies.
She wants to kill puppies.
That's not redeemable.
There's no...
Maleficent
right.
is guilty of what? Bullying a child a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or something
Who
along
among
those
us
lines.
hasn't just bullied a child?
Thank you.
Yep.
Most of us did it as children, but that's details.
Sometimes you just don't grow out of it.
Or like Ursula. She's just trying to fill her quota of souls.
She's literally a sea witch.
She's a sea witch.
She's supposed to do that.
It's her existence.
Yes.
Cruella, it's right there in her name. First of all, she's just a cruel woman who's making these horrible choices to be a complete monster, an irredeemable monster.
Like, they should have made the...
Expertly played by Glenn Close in live action.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, it goes without saying. They should do an origin story movie of Cruella de Vil in the same style as Joker.
Yeah.
Like, what drove her to be that way? It was society.
I think that if you said that any louder,
Yeah.
it would have happened.
I am
You
glad
kept your volume
at where I am.
just low enough.
All right, guys.
Don't say it again. No, don't say it again.
Let's not go overboard. But
Yeah.
Cruella hit in theaters 2021. Also weirdly played by Joaquin Phoenix.
I thought you were going to say Glenn Close again.
no, that'd be so
The young,
great.
she plays the like 40-year younger
They
version
do like
of herself.
CG on her to make her. Did you see that movie, Gemini Man? The trailer.
I
for
did.
that,
I watched
where-
the whole movie.
You watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
Not to
I
divert,
can give you a little
but
review on it later if you want.
okay, we'll get to it. We'll
Yeah.
get to it.
But actually here. Yeah, we'll get to it. Let's stay on the birds.
Let's stay on the birds.
I got another bird suggestion.
Okay.
This is not a bird, but you have to bring it up.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie The Birds?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
As
All
a
right.
collective,
as a presence.
as a present, where
Yeah.
do they belong on this list?
Wow.
So far, it's a list of 3 birds.
Well,
I would put them at 4th. I think
could they appear on the list like throughout, like, you know, if you did 100 slots, they would be like 60 of the slots, but kind of throughout the whole thing.
Right, but-
Much like how birds
right.
just sit on, you know, telephone wires and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But these birds, can't fly. Okay. They relied on strings to look like they were flying. That's already a point off.
I'm sorry. Do your own stunts.
Do your own stunts. Exactly.
Never
Thank
meet
you.
your heroes.
Thank you. You're a bird.
You're a bird.
You're a bird.
That's how you got here.
Fly.
Would the movie Birdman count? Like, as the...
I haven't seen Birdman.
Oh.
I want to.
I think you would enjoy. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good.
Does he? My understanding is he's an ex-superhero actor. Like
Yep.
he acted in a superhero film as the Birdman.
Yeah.
How birdie was the Birdman?
The costume was pretty birdy.
Like more or less birdie than the Vulture in Spider-Man and Homecoming, or pretty
Wait.
on par.
That's not the same actor, is it?
It is actually.
It is. So he could only be one.
Oh wait, I didn't even realize what I just stumbled into.
My soul's leaving my body again. Oh my god.
Oh man, it's a soul-proof
wow.
room, people. Don't worry, his soul's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's banging into the ceiling.
That's so. All right.
It just bangs into the corner and gives up. And
It's coming back.
swims
It's
back
coming
inside
back.
of him.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not birdie enough to be a top 5, but definitely
Yeah.
worth a mention. Or like the pigeon woman from Home Alone 2.
Oh, yep.
Like
She's
that,
worth a What a sweetheart.
Yeah. I mean,
Also, though, communicate earlier on, I think.
it's just about communication.
Yeah, it's fun for a movie plot for a twist, but that poor boy was terrified.
Open
of you.
dialogue.
Yeah. Hey, I'll help you out if you need help. You know?
Yeah. Hey, are you lost in New York City?
Some homeless people aren't scary.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yes. I know.
Don't let the birds
Please
undermine what I just said.
Totally. Just say what you mean.
Yeah. How about Chicken Little?
I have no comment.
Same. Next. How about? Okay, now I'm thinking of birds that are not movies, but
That are just like Big Bird.
or like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, like DuckTales.
Yeah.
Like now we're getting into like Darkwing Duck.
I mean,
Like I'm gonna cut us off here.
we
It's
have
a slippery
to.
slope.
It's-
There's too many phenomenal TV show.
I don't mean to be
birds.
controversial, but
Yeah. Yeah. Forget that.
yeah. I mean, and where do we draw the line?
Exactly.
Like every Mighty Duck is going to be on there.
That's true. I connected so
none.
much with Mighty Ducks as a kid because I was living in Minnesota when it came out, and they're rollerblading through the Mall of America.
You're like,
And
it's every
I
kid's dream.
am a rollerblading expert. That actually is not true. I'm a great rollerblader.
Yeah.
A rollerblading expert sounds like someone that knows all about it and
Like,
maybe doesn't do it.
You had to build your own rollerblades to call yourself an expert.
Yeah, which I could do.
I don't know. Could you?
I'm pretty crafty.
All right.
I
You are
built
pretty
that
crafty.
coffee table out there.
All right. That's like a skate.
Yeah. I've actually built 2 longboards. 3.
Oh, so you've done it in different formats.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
confident.
Okay. I'd say you're an expert then.
What about, okay, this is probably a good one, but I'm currently buying time because I'm Googling it. So I'm going to talk a little bit more while I wait for it to come up until the results on my phone make sense with what my brain is thinking. Again, I don't know yet.
Like, would you put Howard the Duck on
I
the
now
list?
know what I want to say.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we're going back to Howard the Duck after this.
Okay, of course.
But Robin Hood, the cartoon.
Yes. Oh.
Here's the picture.
Yeah.
When he enters the archery contest,
in disguise,
he poses as a bird. There's also like a sweet old bird lady in that movie that's like a nanny or something, right?
I think so.
But Robin Hood as a bird.
I mean, all-time great bird disguise.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, all-time great.
All-time great.
Absolutely. Way better disguise than the Ewok on my desk. I don't even think that's an attempt at a disguise.
It's
though.
a poor attempt.
If it is,
disguise.
It's embarrassing. But so I'm gonna say, to recap, we have some good birds. We have
solid birds. Yeah,
solid birds.
Some of the best.
Zazu.
I mean, I think it might be Zazu.
Hedwig.
Honestly,
we got Robin Hood as a bird. We got Iago.
Just animated.
Only the animated Iago.
Only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got
the pigeon lady.
Yeah.
The bird lady.
I'm gonna get so many emails about the ones we're forgetting.
There's gonna be some obvious ones.
Yeah.
Well, like, I mean, even just think about the ones on people's desks. There's Kevin from Up. Is that an all-time great bird?
No, maybe to some
people,
it's a funny bird.
Like in Jurassic Park, are those? I know they're not birds.
Pteranodons.
Okay. All right.
Pterodactyls.
Okay, Brian.
I like dinosaurs.
Yeah. Okay. Pterodactyl. Yeah. I mean,
a pterodactyl's a bird.
There's no doubt about that.
I won't hear otherwise. You can tweet me. You can Instagram me. You can come to my house in a costume. I'll never believe you that a pterodactyl is not a bird. Never, ever.
Not even if there's a fire.
Not even if there's a fire. But yeah, I think the top of the list, though.
Yeah.
Before we're gonna go back to Howard the Duck.
We have to, yeah.
Because my God, what a glorious bird he is.
What a beautiful bird.
He's a beautiful bird. He's a beautiful man.
Such a bizarre movie.
Somewhere on these movie shelves that are behind us, I have a copy of Howard the Duck on the on Divid. Do you see it?
On Divid. Yeah, it's right there. It's like right next to your hand.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I'm reaching for the Divid. Boom.
Look at
Howard the Duck, which is better than Dwight Schrute's version, which was Howard as a duck. That was a pretty good joke.
Okay.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't think it was at all. I don't think it made any sense.
I don't even. Is that from The Office?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
Well, he's the assistant to the regional manager. He's not the assistant regional manager.
Brian, it was too cerebral.
I don't think it was that
It
cerebral.
got away from me.
But this movie...
I'm just a simple toyman.
Touche. All we know is dolls. Howard the Duck is amazing, and he is in my top 5 list no matter what. I'm just saying it.
And I feel that's how I feel.
That's how I feel. And if you disagree with me, then
you're doing a lot of
you're
like prepping for people who are going to come to your door and try to argue with you about a thing that
it's because I think it's the dumbest thing you could ever say.
You're like, and I don't care how many times you write to me. It's like
I'm doing it so much to undermine how stupid it is.
It's so good.
Yeah.
You go from like,
if Howard the Duck is not in your top 5
I love
movie
Howard the
birds,
Duck. If you ever
it's because the internet loves their opinions so much.
It's all about the ultimatum.
Ugh.
It's like, if you, then this. And it's
Yeah.
like, but
Yeah.
sure.
I like to say, like, if you don't put Howard the Duck in your top 5 movie birds, you're entitled to that opinion, and that's fine.
Oh, dude.
That's fine with me. Literally fine.
It seems totally fine.
In no way do I care.
Yeah, it has no bearing on my life
At all.
I'll still like it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
So Zazu, Hedwig.
Zazu, Hedwig, Howard.
Do we dare rank Zazu and Hedwig?
I think now we have to.
We have to. We promised these people a list.
Yeah, and if it doesn't come down to a definitive answer, about something that we'll likely forget about.
Yep. I mean, I would say I'm gonna go Zazu.
Wow.
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm not. If you don't think I don't care
how many times you email me, I'll still be a Harry Potter
Anyways, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but I'm gonna go Zazu because he talks for one. And that talking is funny and wonderful and useful. And I think he does a lot to take care of a lot of people. Whereas Hedwig, although sacrificing his own life for his buddy Harold, he is still mainly just Harry's boy.
Yeah.
Harry's
boy. Male.
His bird male.
His male bird.
It's Harry's male bird. Yeah, so I think I would go Zazu over Hedwig.
Wow.
Just barely though.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough.
It depends on the day.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I could say a different thing on a different day.
Yeah.
But
today,
that's the definitive ranking, and I'm not going to change my mind ever today.
Okay. All right. Oh, take it easy.
All right. I think we handled the birds well.
I think we got through that.
We got through that.
We did great.
It's not contentious. It was good. Which is the perfect transition to our next topic.
Perfect.
This topic might someday have a catchy name. For now, I'm just calling it Guest Soapbox. I'm going to give you a soapbox.
Yeah.
And you can preach a movie topic of your choice.
Yeah.
Anything from... Look. Please
be as combative as possible.
No, I was
All right.
Say,
okay, everyone.
Please don't talk about birds in movies. Just don't talk about birds in movies.
I am so sick of birds in movies.
We covered that one pretty exhaustively.
Yeah.
So I would say maybe don't. Yeah. But is there? Because I could talk someone's ear off about why I like Pluto Nash.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the best. That's like one of the best things about movies.
Right.
So you can walk out of it and have the discussion. It's like you get the pop culture moment.
But everyone has their little soapbox movie topics. What's something that you think you can just like that you would like to discuss with the world?
Yeah. Well, I think that right now there's a lot of conversations.
I'll be representing the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if do I look right at the world? All right, I'll look right into the world.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of conversations right now about the impact of comic book movies, in particular coming from directors who are not kind of from the generation of what is making them so popular now.
Right.
And the big one in my mind is Martin Scorsese, who is an amazing...
What does his voice sound like?
Oh, I gotta
I don't
imagine.
think I've ever heard him talk in my life.
Hey!
That's what I think too.
I don't know. It's not the Fonz.
I'm just putting him in like one of his characters in one of his mob movies or something.
He's based, and that's the thing. Like he that is his world.
I feel like he'll threaten my life if I disagree with him.
And I don't think that I disagree with him either. I just think that if he's weighing in on a genre that is not one that is his specialty,
right.
And thank God it's not. Like, he's so good at the thing that he does.
Well, yeah. I mean,
like,
he's behind this new Joker movie, right?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
I believe he is.
I would imagine that he is.
And
because it's more dramatic.
Yeah, so he has a hand in this new one, and I haven't seen it. The early returns are that it's good.
Yeah.
It's not a comic book movie.
No.
In name only.
I agree.
It's a really great dramatic telling of a story about a guy that takes a turn and loses his mind, and it's a social commentary as well and everything, but it is absolutely not a comic book movie.
Yep. I saw it last week, and I totally agree with that assessment. It's basically a dramatic telling using some source material that ties into a social statement as a whole, and they're using kind of this right. as a representation of something bigger than just kind of somebody to fight Batman, which is kind of what the Joker always kind of is this like social statement to Gotham, to the world, to Batman as a symbol of authority. But just like Joaquin Phoenix's performance is so strong and visually it's so compelling And what's so scary about it to me is that it is kind of this blend between reality and fiction in a way that makes you as the audience almost feel like you're starting to lose grips on it too. So I think
it's almost too poignant.
It is like,
it's
I think
kind of like
the takeaway is so varied. I think like you could walk out of it and be like, wow, that is a really great, way to kind of look at how you can cope with things that are outside of your control in a society that maybe you disagree with at times. But then you could also walk out of it and be like, I'm the Joker. And that's what's scary to me, because I think he takes a lot of matters into his own hands.
Yeah, hopefully people have enough understanding and support system around him to not go the ladder
absolutely
there. But and also hopefully maybe it is a wake-up call for people too, to be like maybe there's the other side of it where they'll see the movie and be like, oh wow, a lot of what that guy felt and is going through, I feel and go through.
Yeah,
I want to be careful not to become that guy.
Yeah, well,
because he spends all his money on face paint.
Right. And he, gets a little out of hand at times.
Right.
It's also kind of, it shows his support system breaking down in ways too. And then him using that as a reason for also why he acts the way that he does, which is like, not to give too much away about it, but just like it shows the downward spiral in a way that I think makes him feel like he's the hero and or the victim at the same time.
Right. Which is something that Hollywood, again, I'll get us back on topic in a minute.
Yeah.
But again, this is something that Hollywood struggles with, and I struggle with it, with whether I think it's okay or not too, of more or less romanticizing, or maybe that's not the right word, but just like making a spectacle of villainy. And like, especially when you get into true stories, like I thought that when Zac Efron took on the role of Ted Bundy, and like that the fact that they made that with a beloved, very handsome actor that people really can get behind. Yeah. And like, I know that no one behind the movie is saying anything he did was okay. That's obvious.
Yeah.
But I also think that people like that don't deserve the time of day. Learn what we can from it and move on, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't, because some of the people they do that's what they want. Like they
want to
the
be
attention, they want the glory, they want the, even if it's negative press, they want all of that. And so to me, it's like, you go back to the North Carolina, the rally, North Carolina, where the car ran over some people, and then there was talks of a big rally coming to New York City. Yeah. And I was thinking, and Tina Fey echoed my thoughts on this on SNL. Ignore them. Let them shout into the air. Yeah. Don't bring cameras. Don't talk about them.
Just let it dissipate.
Just let it dissipate. Yeah. I always thought that was a better approach. But to pull it back into the topic a little bit, Scorsese and his generation, they grew up with OG Batman. Yeah. And now they see these other movies, and I know a lot of them have never tried to make one. I think a lot of them have clearly a very good understanding of what goes into it. Even though they're not making CGI heavy blockbusters, I don't think they're ignorant to the process completely, but they're clearly missing a lot of the nuance that's in these films, in my opinion.
And there are directors who say that it's not creative enough, or it's not like it doesn't show what makes movies so great, which is the actual performance itself. I think they kind of look at CGI as like a crutch, and I think sure, like a 30,000 foot view, you can look at it and go like, look at some of them start to look like a video game, but the storylines, you can't say they're not imaginative. You can't say that they're like not compelling to some degree. They tie back into some. It's all, for the most part, it's metaphorical. Nobody actually thinks about, like, maybe they do, but there's like super soldiers fighting super soldiers.
Say nobody thinks about this.
Like,
I'm kidding,
but like, you know what I mean? Like, like you see at the end of Endgame, it was about this giant battle at the end, sure. But it was more than that. It was about working together. It was about believing. It was like the lessons that you can take away from that are no more or less powerful than a masterpiece of cinema. I just think that for Scorsese, it's like, I
agree.
He's he grew up with like westerns and gangster movies, and he's a master of that. And people probably look at that genre and go, oh, that doesn't mean anything to me. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, I think that that superhero movies are just a genre like the Western. Like, it's just There are really great ones. There are really bad ones. There's really poignant ones. There's really irrelevant ones. There's really great effects, bad effects, good acting, bad acting. It's not different than movies as a whole. Like,
Yeah.
I think superhero movies reflect the movie industry as a whole pretty accurately.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot of performances that do go underappreciated because they're, quote, hidden behind CGI. But I think that's on the viewer to learn to look past that a little bit. And to, bad CGI, don't look past it. Do your job.
Yeah.
Make good CGI, don't put out. Right. Yeah. We don't need another Scorpion King. But like,
right. That's a good point.
So like, as long as like the visuals and that stuff's not like distractingly bad or whatever, or like I mentioned for Venom, that movie does have like a pretty lackluster CGI boss fight at the end.
Yeah.
They don't drag it out though, which is nice, but it's, that's not why we go sit in the theater. We can get that wherever we want. I can Google that. I can go on YouTube or, watch the end of another movie that has a fight like that. But the good stuff gets overlooked because people just dismiss them as comic book movies.
Yeah. And I think to your point, it always comes down to a CGI battle that is,
right.
And for me, that's never really the value proposition for me.
Stop drawing your comic book characters so big.
Come on.
Draw normal-sized humans fighting normal-sized humans. We could put makeup on them and make a better film.
Give one a gun.
Why is Regis Philbin in here right now?
Yeah, seriously. But it's
he's upset with the film industry. Classic Regis.
Classic Regis.
Maybe that'll be recurring.
I like it. Regis just pops in.
Yeah.
Has a tiny
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah. Ooh. Bringing it back.
Robert Downey Jr. just scoffs.
He's like
a millionaire?
Not a millionaire.
I won't blink on camera for $1 million, sir.
How dare you?
Leave.
Why are you still here?
Shoo. Little man.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I think that what draws me to comic book movies is hardly even the battles anyway. It's always like what humanizes these characters, what makes them like, who is Captain Marvel outside of being Captain Marvel? Like that to me is the harder sell.
That's a great example too. And that movie obviously did very well, financially and critically, but I think it could have done even more because after seeing it, they did not do her any justice.
I agree.
Getting people in the cinemas. Like, her portrayal of that character was awesome.
It was so good.
I left the theater, and my favorite thing about that movie was who Carol Danvers was as a person. And that was in no way in any of the marketing material.
Yeah, and at a certain point, she put Jude Law in a spaceship and sent it back to where he came from.
Yes.
And that was like my third favorite thing.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Like, come on.
She's just like this incredible, stubborn, awesome badass of a person.
Yeah.
And like, it was so engaging and relatable and just cool. And like, she's just constantly sticking up for herself and others and like just doing all this badass, awesome things. And nowhere to be found in the marketing.
Yeah.
That was a huge miss on their part, I thought. Again, it did really well, and it was always going to do really well because it's a big Marvel vehicle. But I think that would have helped it. I think it would have helped a little bit with some of the very lame and annoying pushback they got on a female-driven comic book movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's no place for that anyways.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm not even going to go down this road.
No, but I know what you're saying. Because,
like,
there was criticism for Captain Marvel that wasn't there for Wonder Woman in ways that were really transparent about why.
Right.
Like,
I think people thought, like, Marvel's just trying to check the woman box.
Yeah.
And that's where maybe I think if they had created better marketing, people would have seen like this character's a badass and she's awesome. And it's not just about her being a woman, but yeah, we're proudly checking the woman box also.
Yeah. And so what?
Yeah, exactly.
What
are you, the box guy? What do you keep in check of all these boxes for anyways?
It's I don't know. So anyway, I think like that's been a gripe of mine, not just because of the comic book moments lately, but just as a whole. It's like, what are you trying to get out of it as a movie? Star Wars 2, any kind of sci-fi movie. And I think if you're looking at it through the wrong lens, you're setting yourself up for failure no matter what.
I agree.
If you can look at it like it's going to be a cool cinema experience, I'm going to travel to a place and a world and time I'll never know outside of this movie, and maybe it'll be really cool and I'll really enjoy it.
What do these guys have to gain by disparaging comic book movies?
It's like, that girl got too strong too fast. It's like, yeah, but a puppet taught another guy how to lift an X-wing out of a swamp. Like, come on, what are we doing? You know,
puppets are knowledgeable.
they are. I don't mean to devalue puppets.
Yeah, I just want to be clear.
But thank you. But I just it's
I want to make sure we have a clear puppet stance on this podcast.
Thank you. We're not anti-puppet on this podcast.
We have a lot of support from the puppet community.
God, thank God we do.
Yep. Yeah. So I agree. That's a good point, and I think that history will look back at this as just a big old genre like anything else.
Absolutely.
And like, it's good. I'm glad. I'm happy where it is, and I'm happy we have a huge range of these comic book movies for people to enjoy. Because I see something like The Joker, and I see the trailers, and I'm like, I don't know. It's not really the type of movie. Like if it wasn't called The Joker, if it was just about Joaquin Phoenix flipping,
losing his mind,
I would not even consider for one moment seeing it in theaters.
Like somebody help that.
But the fact, is this a documentary?
Joaquin?
I heard Joaquin was having a rough time, but my God, he filmed it. No, Joaquin, you're wonderful. Please stop, Joaquin.
Oh my God. That is a great name to whine.
It really is.
Joaquin. It's so annoying.
It's so bad. But yeah, But if that wasn't called The Joker, I never would have even considered it. Yeah. And the fact that it was called The Joker it still is, to be clear. They didn't change it. As of now.
Joker.
I still probably maybe won't see it in theaters. I don't know. It depends how desperate I get to go back to the movie theater in the next few days. But
you saw Spawn in theaters 3 times?
No, Venom.
Oh, sorry. Venom.
Very important.
I keep getting them not mixed up.
They're really in your head. Like the two of those.
They're
movies.
just together for whatever reason.
Black.
I don't know what Marvel versus Capcom roster my brain is pulling together. Where I'm just like, they go right next to each other.
The Tom Hardy Spawn movie. I don't know, it's not for me.
God, who should play Spawn?
Who should play Spawn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
for sure.
Probably Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah. I don't have a better answer than that. I've seen her with short hair.
Yeah.
What about John Boyega
as Spawn?
As Spawn.
Yeah. Why not?
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And let him be British. Don't make him be American.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Why did they do that?
It doesn't matter.
Why did they do that?
If it matters, then do the right accent. If it doesn't matter, then who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they let him be British or no, he's not.
He's not in Star Wars.
But she is.
But she is all the time.
Rey's very British in Star Wars.
But Daisy Ridley is British, isn't she?
Daisy Ridley's British.
But so she must.
But Finn was not allowed.
Yeah, they're like,
no,
sir,
please.
What do you think you're doing?
Excuse me. There's already a British good guy.
I'm standing next to a completely orange person, so can I please use this accent?
This soccer ball apparently talks to me. I can be British.
Do you think that Rey having a British accent means that she could potentially be dark side?
Dark Rey. Like in the trailer, there's dark. What if she does fully flip to Dark Rey and they just revealed it in the first trailer?
And she just kills younglings throughout the whole thing?
Just the whole movie?
She's just killing people. She's just like...
Oh my goodness. That would be a real bummer.
That would be a huge bummer.
Yeah.
What would be the lesson from that?
The lesson would be don't make any more Star Wars movies, I guess. I don't know.
Dang.
Yeah. Don't be a youngling?
Dark Red. Yeah, never be a youngling.
Don't you.
If you ever.
if you're a youngling and you don't like Hedwig.
First of all.
I like when people say first of all after they've already started saying other things.
Yeah.
You missed it.
Or there's no second of all.
Cannot be first of all anymore.
First of all never gets a second of all sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's fine that way though.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem
I guess
with
so.
it. But yeah, I think that's a good point. And comic book movies are just going to go down as movies. Yeah. And we'll look back and be like, those old people were mad about it. That's
like,
weird.
Yeah, remember when X2 came out? 50 years. It's already been, you know what I mean?
The 20-year anniversary is coming up for X-Men.
See, it's already happened. It's like, and in a couple decades, it'll shift to something else maybe. And then people will be mad about that. And then J.J. Abrams will be mad about that. You know, it's just like, that's the cycle.
It's fine. I'm fine with it.
I don't know.
People need to get mad about stuff.
Yeah. I think when you get older, you just have to hit a quota of being mad about new things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's part of it. I'm actually excited for that. when there's a time when you can just like be like, I don't get it, I don't like it.
That's a bad start. You're excited about being mad about.
I'm excited about being able to be critical and just having it be chalked up to you're just old.
That part sounds good. Maybe not the critical part for me, because I have like, I'm not critical of like the world around me that much.
Just wait.
Like I think about the world very in like a critical way, like a different lens, but I don't like judge things very harshly.
Yeah.
But I am very much looking forward to saying whatever I want and blaming it on being old.
Well, I absolutely love.
That's gonna be wonderful.
I love the idea.
If you're old and you're listening to this, just tweet me something ridiculous.
They're not. Yeah.
And then put your age in parentheses.
Tell us how old you are, coward.
Right.
But I do think it's kind of fun to think about getting older and being super critical of things that just are not that important. Like movies in the grand scheme of things, fun to talk about, but are not like life or death for the most part. Like you can have an opinion, it won't change,
Right. God, I hope they're not.
Oh, well, what if they were? This would be a very I mean, this podcast would be somehow even more important
ours
than it
kind of
is.
was. I offered a lot of ultimatums today.
You really did. Okay, maybe I take it back.
They all ended real softly, but they came in strong.
They did. Then you're like, you pulled way back.
Yep.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So I'm going to jump into something real quick that I mentioned I might get to earlier.
Yep.
Gemini Man.
Yeah.
Did you have a question about it? It sounded like you were going to ask me a question about Gemini Man specifically.
The trailer, it seems like one of those scenarios where the trailer doesn't do the movie justice. And it just, from what I saw in the trailer, it just looked like, hey, we made Will Smith look kind of young and he's fighting himself again. And it's like,
also true.
Okay. Like, I mean, that seems like it's the whole movie premise, basically.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So
I'm very perceptive.
You're very perceptive. Yeah. They did make a younger Will Smith. One thing that I learned,
is he real?
Behind the scenes things, is Will Smith real?
The younger Will Smith, they clone him. What'd they do?
So to get the effect, actually, they put dots all over adult Will Smith. That's the wrong word. He's an adult.
Modern day, I guess.
Old Will Smith. They did motion capture on him and then used the motion capture of him to make a completely CGI young version. I thought they were just going to go the CGI face route.
Yeah.
That seems to be a stronger move.
Yeah.
Because young Sam Jackson looked amazing the whole way through in Captain Marvel.
He looked great.
But yeah, they went complete Moff Tarkin.
Okay.
Like,
that was maybe my least favorite part of Rogue One. Yeah. Like it was just like unsettling.
I wish they would have
that and Carrie Fisher. I was like,
it was a great effort, and I wish they would have just left the camera behind him.
Yeah.
Use it because you can see his reflection in the glass. Like just use that, or use like a hologram or something.
Totally.
Because it was definitely good enough to pass that test.
No question.
But you're gonna put the camera right on his face, and now I'm like, I know an old man's age spots when I see him.
But also, like, Carrie Fisher didn't have to turn around in the last shot. It could have been that.
It was
just a shot from
nice
her
to see or whatever, but it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That one, the Carrie Fisher one, was so brief that it didn't bother me so much. The Moff Tarkin, I think, would have been more mysterious, cooler if they just would have stuck with the reflection. But yeah, the direct face shot of him didn't help anything.
No.
Good effort though.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
A lot of details.
I still like
this one. The Gemini Man one, it's very impressive. Okay. It's really impressive. It is occasionally distracting because you are like sitting there thinking like, huh, you could just float away, couldn't you, little CGI man?
Yeah, they could delete that thing.
Gravity. I could delete your nose if I want. Like, boop. Boop. Took your nose. Actually,
I'm not giving it back no matter what you say.
Yeah, that one, there's just occasionally bad CGI in that movie in general, but overall it was great. And it had one of my favorite actresses, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, in it, and I didn't even know she was in it.
Yeah,
and she turns up as a major player in this whole movie. She was awesome.
She's also in Birds of Prey, which I didn't realize until the other day.
Very excited about that. Yeah,
she's in like a horror. She was in like a horror movie recently.
I think
or
so.
No, the remake of The Thing. Is that real? Is
That's
that her?
real.
That's
Yeah.
her.
I don't know if that's her, but that's a movie that
I'm
exists.
gonna go ahead and say that's her probably. Anyway, I feel like
We're definitively saying she's in that movie.
she is the star.
If you don't think
if you're Mary Elizabeth Winstead, you're listening right now.
you were in
You
the thing
think that
remake.
you didn't? Yeah.
You were in it.
2011 was a wild year for you when you were in the Thing reboot.
Exactly.
Or I don't even sequel, prequel. I don't even remember.
Reboot qual.
Reboot qual.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the scientific word for it.
absolutely.
Yeah, she's great in it. It's a good movie. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Yep. I liked it. Yeah, so that's Gemini Man. It's a movie.
Yeah.
Go see it.
Yeah.
Or don't. I don't care. We're gonna do one. We have time because we moved through some of these things at a good clip
Good clip. We're trying to get a good pace going.
because we're bird experts. So
That's
it
right.
didn't really take us that long to get through the bird stuff.
It's okay if it took other people longer, but not for us.
It's okay. We're gonna play a game that I did in the first episode as well,
Okay.
called Unnecessary Sequel.
Okay.
It sounds like a game. It just happens in real life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So last time we did this, we picked my guest Sully chose a movie on my movie shelves here.
Okay.
Or off the top of your head. Doesn't have to be these. This just helps for visual.
Okay.
Pick a movie that wrapped up nicely, that absolutely does not need a sequel, which means to Hollywood exec ears, it needs a sequel.
Yeah.
You think you can just wrap up your movie? I'm sorry, what? There's not even a post-credit scene? We need to remedy this.
We need a docudrama miniseries around this pronto.
Pronto.
Which
means fast.
First, that's all I can think of.
Fastly.
I think what comes to mind is Ferris Bueller's Day Off
Oh,
because
that's
it's
a
like
great
it
one.
wraps up perfectly, even past the credits. You're like, I'm done. No reason to go back. Could you imagine a Ferris Bueller's Day Off 2? Be like,
I can, and we're about to.
okay, let's.
So
do
the
it.
whole point
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
is we are going to now write a Ferris Bueller's Day Off sequel.
yeah.
So first of all, how long do you think it's been since we were with Ferris and the crew?
I mean, how dark do we want this to be? Because I feel like if it's,
Follow your heart, Cameron.
I want to say he's in his like 30s.
He's in his 30s.
Mid 30s.
Mid 30s. So
Mid-30s, yeah.
it's been roughly 17 years
Yeah.
since the events of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, since the greatest day of all of our lives,
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say.
National holiday.
Oh, yeah. God, who didn't watch that movie and go, man, I would do that?
Yeah. It was like Home Alone, but like in that Home Alone 2, like when he gets the cheese pizza in the limo,
Yeah.
but for a whole movie.
Yeah.
That was all it was. Like he was like, I don't know, he was doing,
It was like Richie Rich, but he stole everything.
yeah, he was like Robin Hood.
He was.
He was
For himself.
He was our Robin.
He was Robin Hood for himself.
Yeah.
So we pick up
Okay.
roughly 17 years later.
All right. So it's like
Ferris
early
Bueller.
2000s, I guess.
When was that movie made?
Ferris Bueller, I feel like it's like mid 80s.
I'm gonna look it up because
I want to say like
I think that makes
84,
for
85
good
maybe.
good content is looking things up on your phone.
Yeah.
So,
So it's like turn of the century.
turn of the century. You're not wrong. Oh wow, it came out the year that I was born, and now everyone knows my age. It was 1986,
Okay.
and
All right.
I was just waiting.
Fresh.
I was fresh.
So we're picking up in
I
2003.
was fresh as fuck.
Fresh.
So we're picking this up in 2003.
2003 Ferris Bueller.
2003 Ferris Bueller. You got George Bush running things.
Yep.
You got 9/11 was fresh.
Oh man.
It was fresh.
He's
He's in a different city though. He's in Chicago, right?
He's got to still be in Chicago, and I feel like he's trying to cut work. And instead of hiding from his parents, he's hiding from Sloane, who he's married. And
I like this. Is he hiding from his boss too?
who
Is Sloane his boss also?
how would that would be?
Or is his boss the guy that stole his car and took it on a joyride.
Oh my god, he's working at that restaurant now. Oh my god,
that could be good.
Because like I gotta believe like.
Did you pick this movie because the supporting character's name is Cameron?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to be clear.
But I feel like I don't even want to start thinking about where Cameron is. 17
Cameron's
years later,
his boss. Cameron's the exact type of guy that just
would just
like,
hire his friend.
He follows the rules.
Yeah.
He does his job.
Yeah, totally.
He's very like doesn't make waves, just keeps getting promoted.
Yep.
Ferris Bueller's taking chances.
Yeah.
He went and lived in India for a little bit. He came back. He like tried to invent something that failed.
He had an
like,
app
all
that
these
failed.
wacky ideas. Yeah, a failed app in 2003.
Or a website, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I think app.
An app in 2003?
Yeah. When was the first iPhone though? Like 2008?
Yeah.
So an app in 2003 would fail.
Yeah.
To be clear.
Where is it going to go? What even is that?
What do you...
The concept of an app is a website in
Yeah.
2003.
How about we do this? We could have him invent Uber before the world's ready for it.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
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 And it's only high-end luxury
Everyone's
vehicles.
like, this is insane. No one's ever going to just get in a car with a stranger.
And he's only using Cameron's dad's cars for the service.
Still.
And Cameron cannot believe what he finds out.
17 years later.
He's like, it's
Ferris
perfect.
Bueller's inventing Uber before we're all ready for it.
By just renting out the Fry's family cars.
Okay, so Cameron's his boss.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
is he trying to skip work?
Well, it's weird because he's trying to skip work, but then also get Cameron to skip work too, despite him being the boss.
He's the boss.
He's like, come on, dude.
Dude, you're the boss.
Come on, man.
You can skip work.
You can skip work,
You're
dude.
not gonna get in trouble.
Who's gonna fire you? You?
Exactly.
Come on, dude.
Let's go. Yeah.
But where would he want to go? He's like the whole notion of like running away into the city when you're ditching high school is so great.
It's just an adventure.
Yeah.
Where would he want to go? I feel like he would want to go see the birds.
I felt a bird moment.
Is that not?
I think it's a bird. I feel like he's traveling. He's traveling around trying to find other parades to jump into. Like he's like, dude, there's gonna be a huge parade. We gotta go. I need to get on a float. If I don't sing on a float,
So he's just reliving the day.
yeah, I think unfortunately that was Ferris Bueller. We saw him peak.
We saw him peak.
Horde. He peaked horde.
So horde.
And unfortunately, he's trying to chase that high 17 years later.
Maybe he's, you know what? Okay, so maybe he, I got it.
Yeah.
Turtles. Just kidding. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So maybe he's trying to help Cameron again. Maybe Cameron's in a slump. Okay, just like you.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
So maybe Cameron's in a bad slump, and he's trying to trick him into another wake up call.
Yeah.
Because the last one, he kind of did as much for Cameron as he did for himself.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was like, this guy needs to do something, man.
We got to get him out of there.
What are you doing?
Come on.
Are you going to follow the rules and be my boss someday? That sucks.
If I'm going to work for you,
In
if you
17
think that in 17 years I'm going to work for you,
That shouldn't
you're
still
right.
be funny, but
it's
So maybe he's trying to help Cameron.
Yeah.
And it's under the guise of like, oh, you don't think we're going to the Chicago Met Ball?
Yeah.
We are.
Guess again.
Guess again, bitch.
He's like really, really rough with him. Unnecessarily. Well, like is Sloan he's trying to ditch, he's trying to fake sick at home to ditch Sloan.
Right.
And then he's trying to get Cameron to ditch with him too.
Right.
So he's still setting up the whole bed thing, and Sloan's like, I know what that is.
Yes, she totally calls
Please
him out
don't
on it.
just go. Like,
so he pretends to go to work.
yeah.
And he pays a new character.
Yes.
Played by Christopher Mintz-Platz.
Perfect.
To drive his car around the city.
Yeah. To make it look like.
So that she thinks he went to work. And like to park the car at work.
Yeah.
and like basically
sit
to
at his
go
desk
be him. Yeah, sit at his desk, everything.
Yeah.
Pretend to make noises and like answer the phone and like. But it's Christopher Mintz-Plasse, just Christopher Mintz-Plassing it up.
In 2003.
Yep. No, our movie's now. Our movie isn't coming out until 2021.
Oh,
but
okay.
It takes place in 2003. Okay.
It's a classic.
It's a
switcheroo.
It's a retro.
Yeah.
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 Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what the truth is.
Yeah.
So, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get into the ages of the actors and stuff. You can imagine if you
we
will.
don't have to. So where's Jeannie?
Jeannie?
Yeah. I feel like she's got to be like a super successful executive elsewhere, and like
I feel like she's spun and I feel like she's like this super successful, friendly like talk show host now.
Oh yeah.
So she just got she's so good to go that it's like annoying to Ferris because he's still kind of like trying to get on like land on his feet a little bit after all this time, and I think that's one of the reasons Sloan is on him about being good at this job. Like, you need this job. Don't mess this up.
And he's like, I got it. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Like, Cameron, let's get out of here.
Exactly. So I earlier said Chicago Met Ball. I made that up. What should they actually be going to? I couldn't have that on my conscience. I wanted you to know I made it up.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of like where are a lot of parades or big parades. I feel like New Orleans is the one because there's just parades all the time.
Oh my God, Mardi Gras.
He's going to Mardi Gras.
They're going to Mardi Gras. And the stakes are bigger because they're adults now. So they're leaving the state.
Yes.
They're in Chicago still.
They're still driving Cameron's parents' car to the airport.
Yep. How about he shows up in what Cameron thinks is Cameron's dad's car?
Yeah.
But he's like,
come on, man. That's not
I
me.
bought this car.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's like, it's the same one. I didn't even know your dad had this car.
You have a dad?
Oh, but his dad did have that car because you'll find out later. It was his dad's car.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love it. So they get to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, they go to New Orleans.
Hijinks ensue.
Yeah.
They get back in a, like, they need to race back because Jeannie is in New Orleans and thinks she sees them and is trying to race them back.
She's trying to like track him down. Like, that was Ferris. I know it was. Like,
I'm going to catch him
I
this
just
time.
got off the phone with Sloan. She said he wasn't feeling good, but he went into work today.
Yeah. I'm going to catch him. I've been trying to catch him for 18 years.
It all comes back. It just
I'm
snaps.
going to get him.
She doesn't care how successful she is anymore. She is who she is. All she wants is to get Ferris, bust him.
Oh my God. It's like Rat Race.
Yeah.
But then they get on the plane and they're about to take off.
I don't know
and realize the captain.
What's that? Yeah. Was that good or bad? Yeah, because Rat Race is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. I think okay.
It's a fun
it's
premise.
Neutral, yeah.
It's a fun premise.
Yeah.
But the captain of the plane is the principal from their school.
He's flying the plane.
He's flying the plane.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a weird career trajectory.
Or he should be involved at some
Being
level, right?
an old principal wasn't working out for me.
I got to take to the skies.
Pilot.
All right, maybe he's at
maybe
Mardi Gras.
he's an old sad airline attendant.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like begrudgingly serving drinks and like
because they're sitting in first class.
He's like, you want apple juice, you little squirt?
Yeah.
And the kid throws something at him, and he's like, "Give me soda."
Throws like.
Yeah, he throws his fucking
There's
Beats.
a shuriken at him.
Throws Beats headphones at him.
It just hits him right in the throat.
He passes like he's got to go handle himself because his throat hurts, and then on his way to like the other cabin area where he has to go, he like awkwardly passes Ferris Bueller, and they don't really even notice each other at first, and then he looks back like wait.
He's trying to say like I know you, but he can't say it because of his throat.
He's like, what? He can't do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? So then he's got to handle his throat.
Yeah,
you gotta go ice that.
If you get hit in the throat with Beats
At this
headphones,
point, he must have got hit really hard to have to leave his job.
Launched it.
Like that little kid's got an arm on him. Yeah.
2003, a young Johnny Manziel just knocks it at him.
It's a roll of rolled up dollar bill with cocaine in his pocket.
He's like, what, 6 years old at
Yeah.
that point?
Yeah, no, this is good. So there's hijinks on the flight.
Yeah,
Obviously.
there have to be.
And does this flight have Jeannie, Ferris, Cameron, and the old principal on it?
I think they're all on it unaware at first.
Right.
But as they get closer to the destination, they realize what's going on.
Yep.
Jeannie is like, I have them. There's no way they're getting out of this. Cameron and Ferris jump out of the plane,
I was
Fortnite
just gonna say
style,
that. I was
and
just gonna
race
say.
down to where they have to be.
Cameron sees where the parachutes are.
Yeah.
He's confused because you normally cannot see
No.
where the parachutes are on a normal flight.
You shouldn't be able to.
You shouldn't be able to.
But there's...
Are there even are there parachutes?
I don't think so. But
I mean, we don't have that.
I don't
many.
even want to think about it.
We don't have enough. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. It's either all of us or none of us.
There just has
And
to be a
guess what?
shot.
It's none of us.
It's only fair. There just has to be a shot of Ferris Bueller, like.
But why not? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why ain't I have a bone to pick with the airline industry for a
Yep.
moment.
Thank
Why not just have a cheap, low quality parachute for everyone? Okay, that will probably work. That's just a jump,
A nice 80%er.
wait a while,
Yeah.
pull the string. That's a hell of a lot better chance of survival than staying in the
Just
airplane and
holding
crashing to the
tight.
ground.
Oh my god.
Right? Why not have at least a bad one? Or a cheap
Would
one?
you? Yeah, I guess.
I'll take a cheap parachute over just
like
crashing
the metal
in the
tube.
plane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah. I'll send an email.
Dear Airlines, it's me again.
Dear Pan Am.
Dear, I'm writing to you on a scroll.
It has recently been brought to my attention that you don't have any parachutes. on your
Individual
flights.
parachutes for every man, woman, and child on your flight.
Yep.
No, I think this is good. I think that as far as unnecessary sequels go,
Fully
it's
unnecessary.
I mean it's
Couldn't be more unnecessary.
in the way that unnecessary sequels are. There is no essential moment or scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extension of everything you liked and slightly worse.
Yep. And the best part too about the parachuting scene
Yeah.
is they do this. Cameron freaks out.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
And Ferris is like, "What's the big deal, dude?"
For two reasons.
Yeah.
One, he's Cameron.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Two, he's a human being and his friend shoved him out of an airplane.
Yeah, unexpected.
Fair. Right. So yeah, then that's when they land, they get in their big fight.
Yeah.
The low
as
point.
they're falling.
The low
Yeah.
point of the second act, everything's just like,
They're like, "We're never going to make it now."
yeah, we'll never make it. No, I'm going to get fired. You're obviously fired. Blah, blah, blah. Like he's all mad. What an overreactor.
Seriously.
They landed safely on the ground
But they
in Iowa.
Yeah. And then a car rolls up and it's Sloane and she's there to pick him up.
So this is the end. Someone
That's
just
the
picks
end.
him up.
She's like, "I knew that you were not home this whole time and I've been tracking you."
Wait.
Because of course I have to.
Wait, I want to add a scene.
Do it.
Thank you.
Yes.
We have a good working relationship.
I don't even care what it is. Just add it in.
You know what? I don't even need to hear about it. Just put it in. I'll see it in theaters with everybody else.
I'll just be surprised.
No, I think we need a scene where they wander into a farm
Yeah.
because people love people wandering onto farms.
Totally.
Superman landed on a farm. Back to the Future, they
Great.
land at a farm. X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is a beloved film.
Yeah.
He ends up at a farm unexpectedly.
It's farm.
Unexpected happening on a farm.
Yeah.
Guaranteed box office returns. Look at Yes Man. They end up in a farm. Come on.
Where's your top 5 farms list?
It's another episode.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I misspoke.
Easy. So they end up at a farm.
Yeah.
Nice old couple.
Yeah.
Except that old couple got an asshole of a son.
What?
Yep. He tries to pull one over on him. They have to band together again to escape the farm. So a little bit of
They have to
shenanigans at the
escape
farm.
the farm?
Yep. They escape the farm in an old pickup truck.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So then they roll back into Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, they're just like, wow, like whatever. So they just roll up to their office, the parking lot.
Yeah.
Sloane is waiting there in the parking lot, leaning up against the car, looking beautiful, arms crossed.
You guys.
You sons of guns. I swear. If you didn't give me the best night of my life when I was 17, I would leave you.
He's like, babe. And then the credits roll, and then after the credits, he does the exact same thing that he does in the first one, and he comes out in a robe.
Still here?
He's like, what? See you for Ferris Bueller 3, baby. Puts on sunglasses.
This is wonderful. I think we nailed it.
The only other way that could be better or worse is like a Baby Ferris prequel, and it's just everything alluding to what he does in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but as a baby. Like him meeting Cameron and like just like being total old jerk.
Yeah, he's like eyeballing a toy car that's red. It's like
and you're like, oh my
it's Cameron's
God.
dad's Hot Wheel.
Dude,
like,
he's like,
well,
can I see that for a second? He's like,
yeah.
no.
Cameron's depressed as a baby. It's not even supposed to be possible.
He's just sitting there not feeling anything. It's like, we're coloring. Like, is everything okay?
Just falls into a pool.
Just a baby
Hello,
pool.
darkness, my old friend.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's like the late 70s.
I think the origin of the vest can just be like
I love that. It's like
a baby blanket of the same pattern. You come to find out it was a repurposed baby blanket.
It's actually Jeannie's. That's like when she started to hate him. Like, why did you make my blanket?
The origin of the vest is the origin of Jeannie's hatred.
It's symbolic of her hatred of him at all times.
Oh,
and you
man.
also need to
and
learn.
The whole thing is Look Who's Talking style with voices, and obviously.
It's so awful.
Obviously.
There needs to be a scene where he wins a baby lottery where he can get all the money to buy all the stuff that he uses to make his little contraption anyway. Because he has like thousands of dollars of equipment in his room, part of a mannequin and like a pulley system. It's like, yeah, he had to be like a baby genius probably.
Yeah.
I love it.
Man. That was awesome. That was a bonus edition. We gave you unnecessary sequels. So find the Patreon and pay up. Okay?
That's how they work.
Yeah. I'm not asking I'm not asking you how much you think this was worth. Most places are like, oh, donate to our Patreon if you can.
If you want
if
to.
you got a couple extra bucks. No. We just did an extra segment.
We're here to collect.
I want $5 from everyone listening. That's all I'm saying.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yep.
$10.
If you want $10 from her.
No, I'm just saying she's
because we mentioned her. We want $10.
Yes, it would be. Okay. It's the least she can do.
So we want $10 from you, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
If that is
also clarification on pronunciation of your last name would be great.
And if we're off, we're sorry.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stop recording now.
Let's do it.
Awesome.